Do you want to create an awesome poster design? Well, today we're looking at how to design a quality poster with my tips on poster designing. What is up, people? Welcome back to Satori Graphics, the home of graphic design content right here on YouTube. So I made a poll on Instagram asking you guys what today's video should be, either a logo design or poster designing tips. It was a pretty close contest, but poster design tips won in the end. But yeah, if you guys don't already follow me on Instagram, give me a follow because you're going to get to interact with me and my content such as that poll. Before we start, I do want to say that I have other poster design videos on this channel, but those are more relating to the technical aspects of poster design, such as how to set up a poster layout in Adobe Illustrator and Adobe InDesign. Today's video, I'm going to have 7 tips on poster designing, which are more targeted at the style of the poster and also the process you want to go through when designing a poster. The very first thing you want to do when designing your poster is to establish a concept. Now, this concept needs to be very solid and it needs to be established way before you even make a single click in your Adobe software. You want to think about what exactly you want your poster design to say and how you're going to say it. Often, a good concept has relevancy in social trends and society in general at a specific time. This easily allows your viewer to engage in your poster design. Using humor is always a winner when it comes to choosing a concept for your poster. And also, shock value is one that you might want to consider. However, you need to keep in mind your target audience, who's going to be viewing your poster design, because this will help you establish your concept and the direction that you want to take. So once you better understand the audience and the people viewing your poster design, the better you're going to understand the concept. But concept is really important when it comes to poster design. So leading on from concept, the next tip on designing a quality poster design is theme. By theme, I mean like a running style throughout the entire design. You can think of this much like branding or logo design. You want to evoke a certain feeling in the audience or a certain emotion by the style of the poster. So you want to take into account things such as typography, color choices, and the imagery and the graphics and how all this interacts together as one design. A good poster design has a running theme throughout. This ensures visual harmony and it also leaves the audience not confused and allows them to engage with your design a lot easier. So yeah, theme and concept are my first 2 tips. Leading on from there, it's reading from a distance. This is pretty self-explanatory. You want people to engage in your poster design and find it visually appealing, but you also want them to absorb the information that's presented on the design itself. So when it comes to poster design, you can think of it as having 3 layers. Firstly, the headline. This is the main attention grab when it comes to the typography. And this is going to be the most important keyword, the boldest and most prominent part of the design. From there, you want the details. So when, where, how, and why. You can answer the question of the main headline or other forms of large text in the detail section. The detail section should be around about half the size of the headline as a general rule of thumb, but you can go a little bit smaller or a little bit bigger, depending on the design, of course. The fine print is a smaller section of typography. This is only going to be read by people who have really been drawn into your poster design and are expending a lot of interest in the information itself. You commonly see this in poster designs that are advertising movies. But yeah, you want your poster to be visually appealing from afar, but then when people come into it, they can obtain the information that they need in a very easy and concise manner. So there is nothing more off-putting or a turn-off to a viewer or your audience in a poster design than it being cluttered. You don't want to confuse or turn off your viewer, so you want to allow your design to breathe and have space. Utilizing negative space doesn't only allow your viewer to obtain the information in an easily and concise manner, but it also makes the design visually appealing and contemporary. For you guys that follow my work in this channel, you'll know that I really do love minimal design. And in poster designing, minimal and contemporary design works wonders. So think of the negative space as just important as the main content, if not more. Less really is more when it comes to using space on a poster design. So like with logo designing and most areas of design for that matter, typography can really make or break a design, depending on how it's used. If it's done correctly, typography can really elevate your poster design to quality status. Basically, just keep in mind the general rules of typography such as not using too many fonts on your design. So I would keep the fonts to around 2 or 3 at maximum. Don't clutter your design with many different fonts, as it becomes confusing. Allow your typography to breathe, like we mentioned using negative space before. Use the correct spacing between lines and lettering on your typography design. And also keep in mind hierarchy. I think hierarchy is really important in poster design typography because you want to grab attention using a specific part of the design. If you search on YouTube Satori graphics typography design, you're going to find videos that explain these points in more depth. But also I've considered layout. You want your typography to be laid out in a very articulate and visually appealing manner. Typography is an art form that can take a lot of time to master, but if you follow these rules for your poster design, you'll set yourself up for having a solid foundation for a quality poster. So the next tip for designing a quality poster is contrast. To attract someone's attention with your poster design, you only really have 1 or 2 glances at the most. So using high contrast, you can really up your chances of having that person be drawn into your poster design a lot more. Poster design is all about attention seeking, and a great way to do that is to use bold colours, bright colours, and also bold typography. Use typography that, if it was a person, it would be known as a narcissist. It needs to be attention seeking, but it needs to be a certain way that is still visually appealing. So make sure to keep your design attractive and stylish, whilst having a high contrast overall. So now my 7th and last point on poster designing is keep it simple. I can't stress enough that keeping a poster design simple is a surefire way to create a quality poster design. Pick one concept and execute it with as minimal elements as possible without losing the integrity of your idea, which leads back to the concept. Make sure your concept is easily conveyed to the viewer in 1 or 2 glances. And you shouldn't have to explain your idea or concept to anyone. You should let the design speak for itself. I love simplicity in design, as I said before, and poster design in general is one of the biggest advocates for minimal, simple design. There's also something very attractive and peaceful about simple design. This is only going to help to translate and convey positive connotations to the viewer. So keep it simple and have fun with it. So there are my 7 tips on designing a quality poster design. Let me know in the comment section below if you found this video useful, and I hope you guys better understand how to make a quality poster design after seeing the video. If you want to see more content from myself just like this video today, go ahead and give me a subscribe if you haven't done already, and if you have, turn on the notifications so you never miss an upload. Drop a like and maybe share this video on social media so somebody else can see it. I'm going to be back on Monday with more graphic design content, and I'm probably going to upload that logo design tutorial because it was so evenly contested on Instagram. But have a great weekend everyone, and until next time, design your future today. Peace.